Well, now, do you think of yourself now as, I don't want, not necessarily a craftsman, but more of an artist at this point?
Well, I think it takes more. It takes a combination of them to make spurs. Art and craftsmanship.
Yeah.
I think one of the most striking pair of spurs I ever saw was a pair that Mr. Byers built that had no silver whatsoever on them. They were just a beautiful made steel spur.
Yeah.
I mean, they had all the grace and all the right curves, and it's just a neat spur to look at. And silver would have helped them, but those spurs were beautiful.
Yeah.
And they're just a plain old steel spur. And I think that's where the craftsmanship comes in.
Well, now, how did you learn how to work the silver? Because that's got to be a lot different than working steel.
You just come along with the deal.
Just.
And the soldering,
Uh-huh.
I went to see an old timer that they told me he knew how to silver solder better than anyone in Amarillo. And I went to him and asked him if he'd show me. He said, "Why, sure." He grabbed up 2 pieces of steel, fluxed it and soldered them together and said, "See, there's nothing to it." Well, there wasn't to him, but it took me a long time to figure out that nothing to it part.
Yeah.
And I always think of that when a young man asked me to show him how to silver solder. And I taught myself wrong how to silver solder, but it works for me.
Right.
And I tell them that's the way I do it, and then the other way to do it, and you work out your way to do it. What works for you, do it that way.
Do you do all the work on your spurs yourself, or do you have you ever had anybody help you with any?
No, that's my deal, to do it. I hope my son would be a spurmaker, and he didn't want to be. And I hope one of my grandsons would be, and he don't want to be. So I never felt like you need to force somebody to do something they didn't like.
Sure.
Never would be their best at it.
Yeah. Any of your brothers?
No,
Just you, huh?
just me.
Well, that's not bad.
No, I think so. They've
Well-
got their professions, you know, and
Yeah. You said you did gunsmithing also. Does that require a whole different set of tools and approach than it does for spurs?
well, it has a different approach. Guns are a piece of machinery that, you know, first off, they're precision normally. Old guns. New ones are not.
Yeah.
And the way the people designed them and figured out how to make them work, that was an interesting part to me. Like German Luger pistols, you know, those things are a piece of machine work.
Yeah.
They're just built precision, and of course Colt guns are, but you get up to the modern stuff, I don't know anything about it. I don't want to be, it becomes a part changer.
Yeah.
Then you don't have to know much smithing.
Most of those are stamp parts, aren't they?
Right.
Yeah.
But I think nice made watches, anything precision, I like it.
Yeah.